to Beyond the Arc with Coach Gebbia, Dan Laing. Coach Gebbia, nice to have you.
Great to be here.
It's been a bit of an up and down week since we last spoke. Let's start with the up, and let's start with the BU game, the game here at Bender Arena against the Terriers, a game you guys came away with a 1-point win. It was a gritty game.
Yeah, I think the whole game was played that way at both ends of the floor for both teams. And I kind of expected that out of BU. That's just how they play. They're really scrappy. And I told the team before the game we had to be just as scrappy to be able to compete with these guys. And we knew we were going to see a lot of zone. We practiced all week for zone, so we knew that was coming. And just the way we executed our zone offense in the second half, especially late, was really helpful in getting the lead and then being able to hold on to the lead for the most part. You never know what's going to happen with us, but we were able to do it and then have a play at the end to kind of win it, which is good because this team has struggled to win the close games from time to time, and being able to pull that win out against the second seed is a huge step.
Let's talk about that play at the end and coming out of the timeout, what you wanted to have happen and how well it was executed.
Yeah, you never know if teams are going to switch at the end or if they're even going to be in zone at the end. They went man, so it ended up working out in our favor. You know, we wanted to get the ball in Katie's hands and have her make the decision. And so I know with Jade, when we give her the ball at the end, sometimes they collapse too much on her and she still tries to shoot the ball. So we got the ball in Katie's hands and she drove and found, and I think the help rotated over and she found Jade at the very end, and Jade got fouled, which was a huge play for us. I know that really pumped up the team, and just being able for her to hit the free throw, because you know you get the foul call, but they also have to make the free throws, and she made the first one and it kind of bounced in. It wasn't like clean, and I'm thinking, oh God. And then there's still 0.3 I think seconds left in the game, and one of my assistants, Emily Stalling, stood up and said Jade missed the free throw, the second one, so they couldn't throw the long bomb, and I thought that helped because you never know. Right. And she missed on purpose the free throw, the second one, and worked out in our favor. So really happy with that win. Yeah,
that was a big one. And one of the things that was interesting was how you were able to get Childs and Durant in foul trouble early, and then I think it was Durant was the one that fouled out of the game. Talk about that strategy, and was that strategy really going in?
For sure. I mean, we knew getting Durant out of the middle of the zone was going to help us. We'd be able to shoot that free throw line jumper or drive to the rim and not have the same type of person contesting you at the rim. So I thought that was big. Jade drew the 5th foul on her in transition, and we had watched a lot of film and said that this kid barrels down the lane when she tries to get to her spot. So when she did that, Jade took advantage of it, which was really nice to see. It's like she was paying attention to what we were saying. Yeah, and I just think we made some winning plays in that game, critical plays. I think Taylor Brown's steal was huge. There's just a couple things here and there that, like, that's what we need to win, and we need more of those moments moving forward to be able to win some of these games coming up. So hopefully we're learning from that. And you know, every game's different, and you have different philosophies, but I think our defense has gotten a ton better since really the beginning of February. So I'm really happy with that. Now we just got to get our offense on board, and hopefully we can win some games.
Get out a little bit of a run.
Yes. Yeah.
When you look at the Lafayette game, unfortunately came out on the short end of that one, but there were some positives to take away from a pretty good team that you went up against in the Leopards. Jade had over 20 points. I think it was the 9th time this season that she eclipsed that mark. So that was a positive on the offensive side of things for her.
Yeah, I mean, it's really fun to watch her be a willing three-point shooter right now, because that was what was missing, I think. And she was 3 for 6 from the three-point line last night. So 50%, I'll take that from anybody. So I'm really happy to watch that. But she found different ways to score, and she's feeling more comfortable. And I mean, she's only a sophomore, and she's in the top 5 in the league in scoring. So that's a good sign for our future. I just think with the Lafayette game, you know, you don't feel great as a coach when you lose at any point in time, but when you go back and watch the film and see the offense really flowing well, we attacked the zone different ways. It wasn't always the same way. We just missed some open shots, and you know, that happens from time to time. It just wasn't our day, and it's like you don't want to settle for that because you know that we're better than that. And I think, you know, anytime your 2 best three-point shooters go 0 for 13, it's a struggle to win. If they just hit a couple of those shots, it could be a different outcome. So I really wasn't that disappointed with how we attacked it. It was just more of, now we just got to find our rhythm. If we can find our rhythm, I like our chances in postseason.
And when you take a look at the way that game went, and you look at the three-point shooting, you mentioned how Marenyi and Doring, when it combined, was an 0 for 13. What do you tell them to get their confidence level back up after a game like that when they combine to struggle that much?
The odds are in your favor, right?
Yeah.
The next couple shots you take probably are going to go in because they're both really good shooters. And as long as you don't get inside your own head and shoot freely without thinking, it's muscle memory. Shooting's muscle memory. They're both really good at it. They get in the gym all the time and they shoot. So I'm not really worried that they're going to get their rhythm at some point. It's just, yeah, I mean, I feel bad for them because I know that they wanted to perform. And I went in telling them this is a great shooting gym and they believe me. And then that happens. So I guess Jade, listen, somebody listen. But yeah, I mean, I have the utmost confidence that they'll figure it out and we'll go on a run at some point.
What makes the gym at Lafayette a good shooting gym? Because I know you're not such a big fan of Navy in that regard over at Alumni Hall, but up at Lafayette you say it's a good shooting gym.
Ever since I've been here, I don't know, I've always felt, I was a shooter myself, so I've always felt that way, but like, I think it has something to do with maybe the lighting, maybe the background. It seems a little bit more compact and tight, and I liken that to like a high school gym in some ways. I'm not saying their gym is a high school gym, but like you feel the background is close, so I just think it's easier to shoot there. Yeah, I mean that's the way it's always been for me. And you know, if we have to go back up there in the tournament, you know, what's the likelihood of that happening again? The way we shot the ball. So yeah, that's just kind of how I feel about it. I mean, we'll see. We'll see. I don't want to say anything.
Right. When you look at Taylor Brown and the fact that you were pleased with her defense in the game against Lafayette, she was key offensively in the game against BU. I think you guys in the fourth quarter of that game went on a 13-0 run. She had 5 points there. Where's her game right now? Where do you see her?
I think Taylor's feeling really good about herself, and I'm so happy for her. We had a conversation a month and a half ago about her playing time and why she wasn't getting the minutes. And I told her, I said, listen, you're not the defender that you can be, and I'm waiting for you to get there so you gain those minutes and you can help us. And it's just like she's going for it now. It's like the end of the year, she's starting to feel good, she's starting to feel confident, she's scoring at the other end, which helps a little bit. But I think, you know, she's probably our best post defender, and if she's creating chaos at that end of the floor, can get some steals or get some good stops, and she rebounds well for a big kid. And I just think, man, I'm so excited for her, and I just hope she can continue down this road. And if she can give us some scoring on the offensive end, she's going to definitely see some more minutes and just playing within herself. If she can do that on the offensive end, she's going to help us. So I think she's in a good space, and that's what you want going into March.
And as we zoom forward, the game on Saturday here at home against Holy Cross, against the Crusaders, it's senior day, so that's always a fun time, brings smiles and a pretty good energy to the arena. 2 seniors on the roster this year, Morgan Bartner, of course, Kaitlyn Marenyi. Let's talk about Morgan a little bit and the fact of when she transferred here from Marist, of course, had the year that she had to sit out. I know you've said how pleased you were with her work ethic in the year in which she had to sit out. Talk about that and how you saw her maturation process during that time and what she was really working on.
I think Morgan is super confident in herself, and you're not taking that from her, which is a great thing. I don't want to take anyone's confidence, but sometimes with playing time or lack of playing time, you miss out on that, right? Or you take something away from them, and I just think she believes in herself. And so her process of getting in shape and things like that were something she loves to do, but you don't hear that from a lot of kids. So I really love that about her. But yeah, just developing her outside game, her inside game. I mean, she's one of our leading players in field goal percentage. Her three-point field goal percentage is going up right now, which is what you want to see from your senior towards the end of the season. I just think she's super confident, and I love that she works extremely hard at both ends. She can rebound the ball, and I just think that we're going to need her down the stretch here because we're going to face some teams like we are with the Holy Cross coming up that rebound the ball really well. And typically we have struggled against teams that are good rebounding teams, and so we're going to need her at that end badly.
And of course, you know, Brittany has been a force to be reckoned with over her time here,
for sure.
Learning her first year and then stepping in and really doing some big things and helping you guys to winning campaigns and conference play, you know, every year she's been here.
Yeah, I mean, her leadership has been huge for us this season, and I think we need to keep coaxing her to like keep leading us, even though we seem to be inconsistent right now because you never know when you're going to go on a run. And you know, you can move her around. I've moved her around a ton this year. She's played the 2, she's played the 3. Last night she played the point guard spot. So it depends on what we need need from her, and she's willing to do whatever you ask of her. I'm hoping as we head into the end of the year here that she starts picking up her scoring, because if she does, we're going to be a really hard team to beat. And I just need her and Jade to be on the same page scoring the same game, because it just hasn't happened in a while. And if we can get them to do that, I like our chances going in.
Now the Holy Cross game, the Crusaders in particular, let's talk about them for a second. Of course, the force to be reckoned with is Lauren Manis, and the other night she got to become the Patriot League's all-time leading rebounder. And against you guys, first time around, she had a double-double. It was, what, 22 points, 15 rebounds. You guys have changed. They've changed as a team since the last time you guys faced each other. What do you see from her at this point right now?
I mean, she's being the senior that she is. I think you hope and pray that your seniors show up at the end of the year, and she's playing like that senior that you can rely on. I mean, she is so aggressive. She goes after the ball on rebounds. When she attacks, she attacks. She's going full out. And so that puts you on your heels a little bit defensively. So we have to do some different things to kind of show her different matchups, whatever, different styles of defense, whatever, how we're hedging, those types of things. I just think we need to confuse her a little bit, because if you just play her the same way every time for 40 minutes, she's going to eat you up. And so we have to do some different things. But I mean, just watching her go out there and be a senior and be a leader for her team is what you expect. And I'm sure Annie Mack there, as the head coach, is loving watching what she's doing right now. So, I mean, it'll be a tough game, but I still think if we collectively play as a unit, we have a shot.
Should be a fun match on Saturday afternoon.
All
right, well, that will do it for this edition of Beyond the Arc. For Coach, I'm Dan. Be sure and check out all the social media platforms to keep up with the team. We'll see you next time.